Most people that try to stop drinking alcohol fail because they never remove the desire to drink. If they use willpower, AA, medication, they go to a rehab, most people that are trying to not drink alcohol still want to do it. And this was my problem for close to 10 years. No matter what method I tried to use, I never got rid of the obsession to drink. Every single evening was the same. I'd get to nighttime and I'd want to have a drink. Or I'd go out with friends and see them drinking and I'd feel like I was missing out. And the problem is that I never addressed the root cause of my issue. And in today's video, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna unpack the root cause of your drinking, then we're gonna show you how to address this root cause to then essentially remove the desire to drink. To get you to a place where you can take it or leave it, but you actually choose to leave it. Not one of those empty promises, right? Where you say you can take it or leave it, but then you end up drinking. No, we're gonna get to a place where you can take it or leave it, but you choose to leave it every single time because you don't want to drink. Wouldn't that be a miracle? Well, guess what? This video is that miracle. And sorry to laugh because I sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not exaggerating. I don't want to drink. I've not wanted to drink for the past 4.5 years, despite trying and failing and trialing and failing for close to a decade. So, let's get you there in this video. Now, just before we get into the video itself, please let me know in the comment section how long you've not drank for, and also let me know whereabouts in the world you're tuning in from. But the first thing that we need to understand is, where does this desire, this obsession actually come from? Because if we know where it comes from, we can simply address the cause. Now, there are only two reasons why people drink. There are two root causes. The first is the conditioning. So what do I mean by this? Well, basically, you have been conditioned from day one of being born through many different inputs, through media, through the way alcohol is portrayed in marketing messages, through the placements in TV series, in movies, from our friends, from our family. You know, even when I was at university, I remember the teachers, the lecturers would mock people for coming into the lecture hungover. Like it was all a bit of a joke, or it was all kind of normal. This is what people do. And when this message has been repeatedly going into your brain from day one of being born, from literally when you're a child watching TV shows, this message, this idea that alcohol is a good thing, is a beneficial thing, has just been rammed into your mind from day one of being born, and you cannot prevent this. And this is why so many people drink and so many people struggle to stop drinking. Now, the problem is that nobody ever addresses the conditioning. So when people try to stop, they find it hard, they find it challenging, and of course they're going to. And that's why then we start to think that maybe there's something wrong with us. Maybe we're alcoholics, maybe we've got a disease, maybe there's a genetic problem. And the thing is that people can create these beliefs that they're somehow the issue, and they can then work on that and then not drink. But because they never address the conditioning, they always find it hard. You know, even when I went to 12-step programs, I still found the process of not drinking hard. It was difficult, and I had to ask God to help me because I never addressed this root cause. I never addressed the conditioning. So that's the first reason why the desire to drink is so strong and why it's so difficult to stop. The second reason why it's so difficult to stop is because of the addictive nature of alcohol. Now, I know that might just sound elementary. It might just sound like I'm just being almost overly simplistic. But again, going back to this idea that there's something wrong with us, most people think this. Most people think that if they drink one drink and then want to drink more, they're an alcoholic. They've got a disease. There's something wrong with them. We never think of the addictive nature of alcohol. And the nature of alcohol is for you to drink one and then want to drink more and more and more and more and more. And I'm telling you, when you combine the powerfully addictive nature of alcohol with it being such a socially acceptable thing, and this idea that it's a good thing has just been pushed and pushed and pushed onto you, how on earth can you be to blame? Of course you want to drink. Of course it's hard to stop drinking. Of course you can't remove the obsession or desire to drink alcohol because there are such ginormous forces that are working against you that failure is sadly almost always inevitable. But it doesn't need to be that way because now we know what the root cause is, it becomes possible to address the root cause. Now, for some people, they literally realize this. They realize they've been conditioned. They realize they're addicted to a drug. They come to a natural conclusion themselves. They stop drinking like that. They don't use willpower. They don't use religion. They don't ask God to help them. They don't use anything. They just literally make a choice to not drink based on logic. Now, the sad thing is that depending on the severity of the conditioning and the severity of how far along an addiction somebody is, depends on how difficult it will be for them to address the root cause. And what I mean by this is, like I was saying, some people just literally wake up one morning, never drink again. Some people don't. Some people need to do what I did. And what I had to do is I had to break things down into first principles. And what I mean by this is I had to basically break my drinking problem into all of its component parts. I had to look at the conditioning, look at this idea that it's a good thing, look at the addictive nature of alcohol, look at how it was holding me back from achieving what I wanted in life. And I had to basically forget everything that I thought I knew about alcohol and how it impacted my life and replace it with new, empowering, different beliefs. Beliefs that were more true, beliefs that I logically came to myself instead of it being implanted by somebody else, by some marketing message, by some alcohol company that wants me to drink this stuff. And using first principles takes a long time, right? It took me a lot of study. It took me hundreds of hours of reading and research until I got to a conclusion. And the conclusion that you need to get to if you want to remove the desire to drink alcohol is that alcohol is not harmless fun. It's not a nice pastime. It's not a way to relax. All that it is ethanol. It is a poison. If you drink enough of it, you will die. It will rob you of your health. It will rob you of your energy. It will rob you of everything if you let it. And when you can see alcohol this way, when you see it with zero conditioning, and you realize that it's highly addictive and it's literally nothing but poison, that's when instead of not drinking becoming a fight, becoming a battle, not drinking becomes the biggest feeling of relief that you will ever experience. And I know for many viewers of the channel, you're already here. You're at this point where not drinking is a feeling of relief. It's a feeling of, I don't need to do that anymore. And that's possible for you. I don't care if you've drank for 30 years every single day. You can get to a point where not drinking alcohol is a logical choice. It's no longer a fight. But the most important thing is that once you're in this state of mind, once you've broken things down to first principles, you've addressed the root cause, you've seen alcohol for what it is, you must go all in, right? The most important thing is you go all in, you don't look back on your decision, you make a clear cutoff point where you say enough is enough, I'm not drinking alcohol anymore and I'm getting on with my life. Because here's the thing, we live in a world that is still trying to condition you to see alcohol as a good thing. And you're going to go back into the world, you're still going to see alcohol, you're still going to have friends that are going to invite you for a drink, you're going to go for parties, you're going to see it on TV, you're going to see alcohol again. There's no escaping this stuff. And you need to be so certain in your worldview that no matter what, nobody can change your mind. You could have the most charismatic person in the world that's offering you tens of thousands of dollars to have a drink, and you could still say no. You could still say, dude, what on earth are you talking about? That's how strong your worldview needs to be. And you need to be able to go all in with your decision and not look back. Because then when you're presented with an opportunity to drink, which you will be presented with at some point in your life, you can just logically say no. You don't need to go, I can't drink. You don't need to do that. You just say, dude, no, leave me alone. What are you talking about? Why would I put that stuff in my body? If you want help getting into this state of mind, you can either do it on your own, right? You can do the research, buy the books, read the papers, etc., and eventually get to the conclusion that I got to, which you will get to eventually. And if you want a quicker way to do it, then we can simply do it together. You can click the link in the description, you can book a call, and you and I can actually jump on a phone call and see if the Sober Clear program, where we actually use first principles thinking to address the root cause of a drinking problem, could be a good match for helping you. I've worked with hundreds of people now. There's clients in places like NASA, Forbes, JP Morgan, Google, PayPal. There are multiple hundreds of people in the program that I've worked with directly, and the results so far have been amazing. Because if we address the root cause and we remove the desire to drink alcohol, not drinking becomes a choice. Click the link below and have a great day.